We are trying to get another video to 1,000. We have a competition going, and I can't tell you who with because they'll cheat. So we need to make sure that you get us to 1,000 views. Any video. We've got one that's like 700. Jump on the bandwagon on that one and just go. But you can only watch the video 40 times. So 30 seconds and wait, refresh. 30 seconds and wait, refresh. Just saying. Hello, hello, hello. Hello.
We can get that working. We can get some harmonies going.
We need one more person to make the full Three Stooges.
We might have to get Chino.
It can't be Chino.
We'll give him a mic. He might not have to scream like that. It might not be terrible.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh, hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Win by Two. We're so glad you stopped by. We're just here to educate you and share our thoughts.
God, I wish I had a cardigan.
Right?
Won't you be my neighbor?
Some tennis shoes.
Hi, Officer Bill.
You do live in the land of make-believe, so you're almost there.
I'm the president.
They had a king. Did you never watch it?
No, it's like that was old. This is new.
Oh, it's the new land of make-believe? Right now, as we speak, your boy...
Hold on. We're going to tell you something. You vote in the comments.
Yeah, vote in the comments how old this person is.
Go.
If their lunch...
Grab it. No brand deal. No promo deal.
Hashtag athlete. What? This is what your boy Chino, our fantastic producer, is putting into his body right now for sustenance.
All right, here we go.
Okay, so what is the scuttlebutt in the volleyball world in the North Texas region? Is there anything that happened recently that we might need to help our viewers wrap their head around?
I don't know. I think maybe there is the new, I don't know what you call it, offer and acceptance policy.
Oh, hey. As many people might refer to it as the new tryout policy, but it is being called the new offer and acceptance policy, and that's more fitting.
I was calling it the NT Roap.
The NTR offer and acceptance. I like it.
Yeah, just straight up NT Roap.
What's the E?
The end of rope. It's silent, Steve. Silence of the E's. Ding, ding, dong.
It's a rope. Yeah, no, that's my bad, Jeff. That's a good call by you.
Yeah.
So the North Texas offer and acceptance policy extraordinaire is
yeah.
That's funny. So what we're gonna do is this link here is where you can go to the North Texas Region office website, North Texas Region website, and find a copy of this. It's public information. It's passed all the necessary boards. It is now officially policy. I do have a question though that maybe somebody out there can answer. I think this doesn't go into effect until May, but it may be in effect right now because there was some language that said May. I don't know that for sure, so don't quote me on that. But that's a question I think that needs to be answered. Does this start now? Because some of this stuff, if it started Friday when it passed or Monday or whatever, then
people could be in trouble.
Yeah, you can get in trouble if you don't know when this goes into effect. So,
did you say it's past the boards?
Boards, correct. The junior board of directors, which is primarily deals with juniors, sent the proposal. Actually, a committee of the region board sent the proposal to the junior board. They passed it, and then they went to the big board, and the North Texas Region Board passed it. So, I feel like we should do a history of all the tryouts. But I think that's a waste of time at this point because I think what people care about is.
And some people don't know. Like if I'm 13, I don't know how.
I don't care how it used to be.
This is how it is.
But essentially, the group sat down. Now, I'm going to tell you this right now. I was involved in a lot of this process going back over 2 years, trying to get to what we have now. So I kind of know where it came from. So I speak pretty confidently about this, but I can't speak with 100% confidence about what decisions were made in the final 2 to 3 weeks of the whole system, the whole process. So, but I will tell you this, the new system was designed to do basically 3 things. One, it was designed to put something in writing that the region could enforce that would hold clubs and athletes in check so they don't hurt each other, and it makes a fair process. So putting language down that we can actually enforce.
Okay.
Right? That we can defend it if we get accused of doing something inappropriate, like you're picking on me, I'm going to sue you. Well, now our attorneys and all them, they're telling us that telling the region, hey, this is something that you can defend.
Right.
This is something that's legit. Two. They wanted something that represents kind of what was already going on.
Okay.
All right. That was kind of the idea. Okay. And then three. Give kids a chance. And 3 has
I hope you guys are writing down.
3 has sub points. So this is 3A, B, or whatever. Kids have a chance to try a lot of clubs. Clubs don't get lied to by kids. Kids don't get lied to by clubs.
Yep.
And everything is done as early as possible without doing anything before nationals.
Okay.
That's what they wanted.
All right.
And I think to that end,
we're the Lone Star region.
Not quite. Lone Star doesn't have this policy. That's a free for all. That's the Wild West.
They just don't have paperwork.
Well, that too. So if you go to the region, I don't know why I'm doing this because I don't trust our producer to pull. I'm sorry, he'll have it right here. This is the offer and acceptance policy. If you follow the link from earlier, this is what it looks like. So you can follow along. In fact, why don't we give our audience members a few seconds to click on the link and bring it up and maybe even give it a quick perusal. Oh, hey, you got it? Excellent. So,
I'm not done.
Oh, you're not done?
I see.
Yeah.
All right.
It's on row 2.
Got
2
it.
candies in row 2. I've never played Candy Crush a day in my life. I've never played one. I couldn't. If you showed me a screenshot, I'd be like, I don't.
Well, that's what it looks like. Hey, I didn't download it. Connor did, so I'm like, let me check it out. But apparently, I did play it a long time ago. I mean,
Yeah.
I know I did. I know I did. But apparently, all my stuff is saved. So now I'm like I'm level 5,000. How do I get there?
Hey, good for you.
Good job, Connor.
I have no children and a life. I see movies and go out to eat.
I do too.
No, you don't.
I saw Thor Ragnarok.
That came out a year ago.
Oh, you didn't say you go like today. You said you go to movies and eat.
Shout out to all the parents who have lost all of pop culture while you raise your kids. I respect you. I don't envy you, but I respect you.
I watched Thor Ragnarok, and Connor said, "I'm Thor, you're Hulk," and
and y'all ran around the house beating stuff up.
He wrestled me for like 45 minutes. And he's got a pretty good punch.
Yeah?
Yeah.
If there's video of that, I'd love to see it. That's funny.
I'll see if we can find some.
Yeah. Because I've been wanting to see you get beat up by a 2-year-old. So the offer and acceptance policy basically works like this. There are 3 time periods.
3.
Things that come in 3s, bro. I don't know if you know that or not. Except win by 2.
Yeah, because win by 3.
Win by 3.
It's like this. It's like win by 2, and then you add the 3, but then you remove the 2.
And you turn it upside down. Yeah. I mean, it's okay, I guess.
I love it. They're doing a good job.
Oh, it's all right. It is funny though. I'll give it that.
They're up to 3 videos
Hey.
and 17 subscribers.
Keep going. You're not far from us.
Yeah.
So there's 3 time periods. And just use the language they use. There's
1.
Evaluation window, evaluation
2.
window, and post-evaluation window. The post-evaluation window is called everything after the acceptance date. So you got 3 time periods. Boom, boom, boom. So basically it all, as you've noticed, revolves around the evaluation window. So let's talk about that. When is that? The evaluation window is
the first day after the last day of competition for all ages at nationals.
Correct. So not your age group, all age groups.
What if someone thinks it's the last day after the first day of competition?
Well, then they're wrong and they need to read better.
What if they can't?
Well, then they get somebody to read it to them, like we do to Chino. First day after the last day is when the evaluation window starts. And the evaluation window goes through the acceptance date. When is the acceptance date? Well,
this is where it gets janky.
A little bit. 15s through 18s, that is girls going to be freshmen usually, but if you're going to be playing 15s in the next season,
right,
or older.
Oh, so that's why they said 15s through 18s?
Yeah, or older.
Okay, gotcha. Or older?
15s and older, yeah, if the 19s are playing. The acceptance date is the third Saturday of July. Everybody else, it's the fourth Saturday of July. Now, this is one of those things that I don't know where it came from. I don't know what the rationale is for it, so I can't tell you.
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Listen, it's possible. That is as rational a theory as I can come up with.
I'm really Rocky.
Moose and squirrel. We know that's so third and fourth Saturdays in July are the evaluation window is basically 3 weeks in July.
What if it's a leap year?
Don't think that affects July.
What if it's a leap? What if it's a leap? I'll get back to you.
Okay. So now that we know when that evaluation window is those 3 weeks in July or 4, depending on your age group. Yeah. And they're not full weeks. It's because nationals sometimes ends on a Tuesday.
Right.
But the acceptance dates are definitely on Saturdays.
Saturday. It's
okay.
A Saturday.
All right.
Gotcha.
So.
Well, that's it. Good luck.
Yeah, have fun. So here's basically what they're saying is before the evaluation window, i.e. through nationals.
Okay.
You are not allowed to talk to recruits about a specific team at all. What's a recruit?
Oh, you want me to do this?
Yeah.
The definition of a recruit is considered to be an athlete or athlete's family who is not currently a member of your club in the USAV registration system.
There you go. So if Sally plays for Premier, we can talk to Sally about you want to play on Jeff's team, you want to play on 15 Black, we want you to play with our team on the top team, on the whatever team, on this specific team next year. We can do that all we want all year long.
Okay.
Perfectly legal.
Yeah.
Jane plays for Club Bluebonnet.
They're pretty good.
Yeah.
Like,
they don't mess
second,
around.
Yeah. They're like Sour Patch Kids.
You can talk to Jane walks up to you and says, "Hey, Jeff, I want to play for Premier." Okay. We'd love, that'd be great. We think we have room for you. We'd love to have you.
Yeah.
Can't talk to you about what team. Can't tell you if you're going to play for Jeff or Steve or Chino. Can't tell you if you're going to play on the top team. I can't tell you if it's going to be the black team, the red team, the white team. I can't even tell you if I get anything specific at all, I'm in violation of that policy because she's a recruit. She's from another club.
What if?
Talk to me.
What if we decide to name every club in our club?
Every team in our
every team in our club.
A different club name? Oh, I see what you're saying. Name them all the same?
All the same.
Well,
they're all called Premier.
Sure. So they're all called Premier Black. No age, no coach.
No, they're not even called Premier Black. They're
called Premier.
Dallas Premier Volleyball Club Premier.
Right. If that ever refers to a specific team, we're in violation. Now, if that's just if that doesn't specify it,
no.
Because the wording says clubs and club representatives making or discussing offers to join any specific team for the upcoming USAV season with any recruit before the evaluation window is prohibited. Now, can Jane do lessons?
Yes.
Absolutely. Can she come to your college coaches camp?
Yes.
100%. You're having an invite clinic where you're just inviting certain girls to come to your gym to work with your coach.
Yes.
Legal, but you can't talk about a team. You can say, "Hey, I'm inviting you, you, and you, and you to a clinic. It's going to be this much. You're going to work with my friend Jeff here." Oh, by the way, Jeff's coaching a team next year. It's this team, but I can't tell you you're going to make that team.
Or what if I have 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds at my clinic?
Sure.
Because they don't know what team I'm coaching.
I have no idea.
Hey, boo-boo, I don't know either.
Hey, boo-boo. Yeah, so there's a lot that the group that put this together, there's a lot they realized that you're not going to be able to stop people from doing. Yeah. And ultimately, you can't stop shady people from being shady. What you can do is you can say, if we catch you texting, typing, record you talking, or if a girl reports you saying, I was offered this specific team and enough people do that, then you're going to have a talk with the region.
What if you report anonymously?
And so that's basically the only rule prior to the evaluation. Obviously, you can't take any money. You can't sign contracts because that's all about.
What about money for clinics or lessons?
Money for clinics is fine. All that's fine.
Okay. Even if it's a high dollar lesson?
No, that actually comes in later. They talk about that. But that's something to probably note to the committee or to the group. You might want to, when you're tweaking this, now that you've got it passed in principle, you probably want to say that all the limitations in the evaluation window apply to the pre-evaluation window because it's not spelled out. But like you can't take money. You can't, if you do take money, it has to be for certain items. It has to be reasonable to those. That's not mentioned in the pre-evaluation window limits.
Right.
Probably want to do that. But I mean, again, there's going to be 1,000 ways around any rule you do. One of the other things they put in here is that if you're at a tournament, a USAV sanctioned event, you can't even discuss next season with the recruit. So like if Jane from Club Bluebonnet wants to talk to Premier about Premier at a Premier clinic, that's fine.
Right.
Just don't talk about a specific team. But if we're at June Madness, you can't talk about next year at all.
Why? It's not sanctioned.
It is.
No, there's no for use or any of that.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they are. Yeah, it is.
No results are submitted.
That doesn't make it not sanctioned.
It's also a JVA tournament.
It's not any of those things.
But what if it was?
Then it wouldn't count.
So, like, if we go to Long Beach for the JVA,
correct,
West Coast,
and Jane is there, you can talk to her about Premier, but you still can't talk to her about a specific team. What they want is the group wants you to not hassle kids at tournaments, and that includes nationals, June Madness, any other warm up tournament that anybody runs.
Right. If
you sanction it and it's through USA Volleyball, you can't talk about next season while you're there. And this is to keep people from coming onto your court at nationals and scouting your team and talking about next season when she's warming up for the next match. So to what extent that actually works is debatable.
Yeah.
But that's the idea. And hey,
sure.
From a rationale standpoint, go for it. So that is pre-evaluation window. So what happens after nationals? The evaluation window opens, and by the way, this is going to be the biggest change. Buckle up, because those 3 weeks.
Put on your vlog belts.
Buckle up, because it's going to be a whirlwind. All of the stuff that I'd say probably the middle chunk of players, the athletes who aren't the Division I phenoms, that group that waited until August, they're going to have to start choosing in July. That's what's going to happen. Everybody else there were evaluation clinics last year on July 5th.
Oh, yeah. No,
that's not changing.
There were tryouts.
That's going to happen.
There were tryouts last year.
Yes.
The day after nationals.
Correct. So what's different? Well, what's different is now we're saying this is the 3 weeks that you're going to do that, and you can't take any money for anything other than, quote unquote, clinics, leagues, camps, lessons, beach, and performance training. And all fees for these activities must meet the criteria of being reasonable fees for reasonable items related to or unrelated to. Oh, that's ridiculous. For reasonable items related or unrelated to the upcoming season. So if you're doing an evaluation clinic for next season, it has to be a clinic fee, not $5,000, not $1,500 for a deposit, because it's not. They just don't want you taking money in that time.
Right.
For a club.
Yeah.
This is designed to give kids a chance to go to a clinic, be able to go on vacation, not have to worry about their spot being lost, go to multiple clubs, clinics. That's what it's designed for. And it's a 3-week window where the region says, guys, can we just wait a little bit before we start taking deposits? And
But it's like we're hurrying up to wait.
correct. It's going to be a mad dash.
So all of these coaches and players or families, I mean, just in general, that last year decided Nationals is over. God, we need to take a vacation.
Correct.
Is this going to hurt them?
Well, if you take a vacation, like let's say you go to Detroit. Let's say you go to Detroit,
we had
right?
a ton of phone calls.
Yeah, fair enough.
My club selected another kid because I was out of town.
You go to Detroit for Nationals, which, by the way, only about 10 to 12% of the region does. But actually, it's not even, probably right at.
Yeah.
The other 90% can go on vacation when they want. But let's say you're one of those kids, or let's say you are one of the other 90% and you want to go on vacation in the second week of July. Mm-hmm. The good news is no offers are going out till that acceptance date. So you can take that week, and you may fall behind because they're going to take the girl that came to 10 clinics instead of whatever. But I mean, like, you've got time to come back and go, unless you're gone for 3 weeks.
Right.
In which case, that's the choice you're making.
Call me. I'm going with you.
Yeah, where you going to be? So you come back, you go to clinics. I assume people are going to have invitation-only clinics. They're going to have age group-specific clinics. They're going to have club-wide clinics. Everybody's going to do it a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But those 3 weeks, that's when you're going to want to get in front of people. So when when people are asking you, how do I get involved in club volleyball? Well, the best way now, nothing in this says that you can't make a team in October. Of course you can. Just the team you want to be on might be full, but there'll be spots played. There'll be spots. Right. People aren't going to get left out in the cold here. We're not going to have any like Oliver Twist stories or volleyball orphans running around with no place. Please, sir.
We did last year.
May I play middle? Yeah, I'll play middle twice. Sorry.
We had a lot of those last year.
We did. We had a lot of people looking for homes late.
That was terrible.
So now here comes the biggest change, I think. Everything else is kind of what happened last year with language detention. Here's the biggest change. What happens on the acceptance date? Is that when WebPoint opens?
Oh, God, no.
No. Now, WebPoint is going to open on September 1st.
Best day ever.
You will.
Shout out.
We know that the acceptance date isn't WebPoint. WebPoint opens on September 1st, which is different this year. It's earlier. That's the earliest you can open it. The USA Volleyball won't open it earlier than that. So what happens on acceptance date?
They come in. We provide cookies with our logo on them. And balloons and take pictures.
Okay.
And we make it a huge party because that's what everybody wants.
And then we get out the sorting hat and see what team you made.
Right then. Right. Okay. Gryffindor!
No? Is that where you find out if you're divergent?
Come on, Slytherin!
Is that where we decide if we're in the Hunger Games? Is that what happens?
We should do it Hunger Games style.
Should.
That'd be awesome.
No, on the acceptance date, offers go out. Well, how do offers go out? Do I go in and I sit on the floor and I wait for you to bring me a manila envelope? Or do you send me a letter that I open when I get in the car? Or do you send out email?
Yeah, all that stuff.
None of that stuff.
Oh.
The region has allocated funds to build the online commitment system.
Oh, the OCS?
The OCS. I had forgotten what it was called. And the OCS is a website that will handle all the offers. So the AI is taking over. Probably looks something like this.
I'm a robot.
It's such a bad robot. Oh, wow. Wow. The so what will it do? So what'll happen on the acceptance day? A club director.
Yeah! Stampede!
A club director will go in and you can send out. So basically, here's what will happen. The club directors will have a list but they have to generate it. So it will not have, if you played USA Volleyball last year, your name will be in there. They'll search for you. They'll find you. They'll send you an offer. And for each team they have, the maximum number of offers they can have out at any one time is 15, because if everybody says yes, that's the maximum roster size.
Big rosters.
Yeah, hopefully they won't do that. Hopefully people won't do that, but they can. And you'll get an email, and that email will say North Texas Region offer. It won't say what club. Then you open it, and there's a link to go to the offer. That way people can't ignore an offer because it's not the club they wanted. They have to open it. They have to look at it. And that's when the clock starts. And then you have a certain amount of time, and you can read through this. I don't want to read it to you, but you can read through this. You have a certain amount of time to respond to that offer or to accept it. In that offer will be a standardized email that everybody gets. It's the same, that the region will come up with the language, the whole 9 yards. The only thing different on it will be what team, what your coach is, what the club is, and a link. It'll have 2 links, it'll have a link to that club's webpage that'll say when they practice, all that stuff, and then a prerequisite box. It'll tell you what the deposit is or what you have to do to be officially accepted. You either reject or just ignore it. It'll automatically reject after a certain period of time, or accept. Once you accept, you then have a set amount of time to meet those prerequisites, which are deposits or something. Clubs may not ask for deposits. They might ask, but if they do, once you meet those prerequisites, the club director changes it to committed, and you're done. That's it. So it's all going to be on emails going back and forth. Now, a couple of things to point out here. One, clubs don't have to use this. I figure most will. They don't have to.
Right.
So you can still go make a team the old-fashioned way. 2, if you don't get an offer on the acceptance day, those emails are going to be going out up until September 1st. At which point after that, you'll just use WebPoint as your email selection website.
Right.
So don't get you'll be in there. If you're not in there, if you didn't play USA Volleyball last year, then the clubs can enter you manually. I want to offer this girl this she has this birth date and this email. The reason is the region didn't want club directors using this online commitment system as a shopping list. They don't want you going, oh, I like her, and I'll take this girl. This girl's good, and that girl's good. They can't do that. They won't have your information unless they know who you are. You have to give them. They have to be able to search for you. So you have to give them your contact info to get the right email address, all that kind of stuff. You can get multiple offers. If you accept one, you immediately get declined on all the others. So the website, the online commitment system takes care of all that. Or is going to.
So this is like breaking up over text.
Yeah, it kind of is. Yeah, it kind of is.
Well, we have some coaches that'll be very good with this. So.
Yeah, right. Burn. So the main thing is this. This is the biggest thing, the biggest change. Once you've accepted an offer, that club cannot accept offers over 15 kids, which hopefully no one will do over 12, but you cannot solicit another club as a player for a spot once you've accepted, and a club can't solicit you. So if I text Jane after Jane's committed to Club Bluebonnet and say, are you sure you want to do that? And I know that in the online commitment system she's accepted, I'm going to get sanctioned. I've now violated a policy. So it's going to get rid of all of this. Oh, it doesn't matter if you've committed. Break your word. Go to this other club. That's
please.
So
please.
if you accept and we verify you or whatever the wording is to where you've met our prerequisites, and then on WebPoint day, all of a sudden you choose Club Bluebonnet, somebody, either you or Club Bluebonnet or both, are getting sanctioned because somebody talked to somebody against the policy.
Right.
So as an athlete, as a family, nobody can talk to you prior to the evaluation window about a specific team.
Except your club.
Except your club. Nobody can talk to you about next season at a tournament before the evaluation window. During the evaluation window, no firm offers, but specific teams are fine. You can talk about it, but you can't make an offer and you can't take money for the season. Acceptance day, the offer commitment system sends out an offer. If you accept it, nobody can talk to you about decommitting, and you can't talk to anybody else about joining their team instead. There is a process online, and you can read it for how to change what's the right way to do that. Like, well, I accepted, but you ended up with 3 setters, and I didn't think you were going to do that. You told me you weren't going to do that. I want to decommit. There's a process for how to do that appropriately. But that's basically it.
Yeah.
So what's new? Well, we're going to hold people accountable. It's going to be online. You can take money in July. People can spread out their payments now.
Right.
All that's different. But I think those are the main questions. I mean, you may have other questions. They've got an FAQ online. They've got a handy dandy little chart. Shout out John Rye. Big on his charts. He looks good. Tells you exactly what you can do and what you can't do. Little FAQ about what the OCS does and does not do. And then it says possible consequences for clubs not using the online commitment system. The word consequences has scared people. It's not that. It's just this may happen. It's not like it's gonna happen or the region's gonna do it to you. It's if the club doesn't use the OCS, what are they running the risk of losing or having happen? And that's what that explains. So yeah. It'll be interesting.
We'll see what happens. I'm still very, very skeptical.
What is your prediction? What do you think is going to happen?
People are still going to talk to kids.
Well, that's going to happen.
Regardless.
Yeah, nobody's going to stop that.
No. They'll just find
they're
better, clever ways to
And here's
do
the
it.
other thing. Guess who gets held responsible when a coach breaks the rules? The club director.
Oh.
The club directors. So now on that online commitment system, only one person can log in. And that's the club director. So if I give Chino my login,
dumb,
and Chino breaks a rule,
probably
that one person's going down. So every club's gonna have to hold their coaches accountable. No more, hey, you're coaching this team. Go make your team do it however you want to do it.
Yeah.
You got to follow the rules. So I don't think it's going to stop all of that. And if you want to be recruited, if I want to play on Knight's top 15s team and that coach comes and talks to me, I'm not going to tell anybody.
True.
But that's a risk that coach makes.
Yeah.
That's a risk that coach takes that maybe I don't want to play on that team and maybe I will tell somebody.
Right.
So we'll see.
So now you're going to feel like somebody's watching you.
It always feels like
somebody. Shout out Michael.
Shout out Geico. Remember those googly eye commercials?
Oh
yeah. I think what'll happen is July will be crazy. Oh, get ready for this. You're probably going to pay a little bit more in your dues. So everybody's dues are going to go up. And here's why.
I've heard that from several.
Yeah, everybody's dues are going to go up. And here's why. And it's not going to be, you're not going to end up paying more. I'll tell you that right now. You're going to end up paying maybe even a little bit less, but it's in the long run because you're not paying for those pre-trial clinics anymore. So I think clubs know they're losing that money. And quite frankly, they need that money to pay for their facilities, court rentals, coaches during the lean, summer and school months.
Right.
So expect there to be a preseason payment tacked onto your dues.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're getting something for it. Make sure you're getting clinics and continued training, but make sure they're not overtraining. Make sure they're not asking you to come in 4 days a week during your school season. Right.
If you're not getting a lot of playing time.
Yeah, I guess if you're not playing. So. But if they're going to charge you for that stuff, then make sure they're holding clinics all the way. Like hold your club accountable. We did have this asked early on, and we'll get to this probably May or June. We'll talk about how do I know club value,
right?
What do dues cover? How to compare to shop from an insider's perspective? How would I comparison shop clubs?
Yeah,
and I think that's an important conversation to have, and that one might be. I hate to say longer because these are getting into 40-minute videos. But, I mean, we really want to give you guys information. So if you've got questions on that when time comes around, let us know.
Yeah.
If you got questions on this, we might do a FAQ, questions from the comments section. But we got to see them in the comments section, and there got to be enough for us to have an episode on it.
Yeah.
So
Still have no winners for the shirts.
nobody's submitting. That's unfortunate.
My wife was like, I know that song. I said, submit. You can win a shirt.
You're guaranteed to win at that point.
So
I'm pretty sure she could get a shirt if she wanted, though.
Nope. Gotta buy them.
Stingy.
Or win them. And at this point, we're buying subscribes.
What else? You got anything else? Spectacular's coming up this weekend. Last bid event. Last chance to qualify for regionals.
Yep.
Get in there.
Yeah, good luck to all the teams playing this weekend.
Qualifiers are coming. It's about to get real. Regionals, 18th regionals are this weekend too.
Yeah. It was a busy weekend.
Busy weekend.
Yep.
All right.
As always, like, subscribe, watch 30 seconds of each video.
Come on. Come on, people. Tell people. So some of you have been telling us you watch this all the time. Tell your friends. Share it. That's the key. I think we give good stuff here. It's mildly entertaining, super informative, and one of us is really good looking, the other one wears a hat. So we just want to keep going and stay strong. Why are you looking at Chino?
Meow. What?
Getting Chino to reinforce you, make Chino feel like
you'll just have to
Chino
watch.
make you feel better.
You'll just have to watch the video and see.
Oh, see, that's jacked up.
Muck luck.
Well, until then, Volleyball World, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Later.
Peace.
Just waking up in the morning, gotta thank God. I don't know, but today seems kinda odd. No.